A huge thank you to Josh for giving us that tour. But the day is just going to get better and better. Starting with my good friends Dennis and John. You guys are here representing ReCore Definitive Edition.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, we're going back to Far Eden. We love this franchise, and the team just put a lot of love back into this, and we got some great content, great DLC content. This was Xbox One X enhanced, high resolution HDR graphics, optimized, to perform well on the system. So I don't know if we want to take a look at.
I think it might be time to look at the trailer.
Yeah, let's take a look at the trailer. Yeah.
Carl, run it.
Go on, Mac. It's over there. Don't worry. You're safe with us. Set! Jump on!
Core maintenance.
Jewel atoms. Atmospherics.
I'm glad I'm not alone out there.
Me too.
All wage must die. Go! That core is mine.
Cool. Get out of here. You've got to keep the core safe no matter what.
Do not be afraid. I am A-OK. You have rescued me.
There's a lot of people hoping this sequel. Okay, guys, let's talk about the trailer for a second here before we get into gameplay. There's a lot in that. Break it down for us.
There's a lot going on. So, we're trying to bring everyone back to Far Eden, bring everyone back to ReCore, and but also show all the new stuff that we've been doing. Yeah. We got the Eye of Obsidian area. It's we got 10 whole new dungeons, 2 new overworld areas. We've got
customizable core bots.
Customizable core bot. Yeah. We got the tank core bot in. We've got a lot more equipment for the core bots, brand new achievements, new weapons, new firing modes, and we did a lot of optimization for this game. The load times are way down to some places where it's non-existent.
Yeah.
And we also changed some of the places where the load is. The opportunity for load's not there, so it's just optimized really well now.
Wow.
Yeah, I would just add to that as well. Like, this is a labor of love for us. Like, we love this franchise. We love bringing it back to the fans as well. The update for the Definitive Edition is going to be free as well.
Hey, we love
for existing
free.
ReCore
For existing
fans,
ReCore fans, absolutely free.
Awesome.
And it's going to be available next week.
Yep.
So only like 5 more days to go, and it's going to be available.
Well, let's jump right in to show some of these people. I mean, this is for the first time that a lot of people are seeing the Definitive Edition. I mean, right off the bat, I mean, the visuals alone are just stunning, which is something that's pretty typical of ReCore, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Our first ever Xbox Play Anywhere title, I got to remember that,
That's
too.
right. Yep.
Started that tradition off with a bang.
So this is one of the new areas, the tumble down area. So this part, we're going to bring in the tank bot, the tank core bot.
Yeah.
And then it's basically, you know, a tank tread. You can start finally getting to places where the quicksands are, and as well as you can combo the platform navigation. And the thing about ReCore is it's just a throwback to a lot of great old school platforming.
Yeah.
That you don't see in too many games these days, 3D platforming. So you can do combos with your spider core bot with the tank, so you can drive off a ledge and then combo right into a spider rail grab, and then back into a tank when you land. So
let's talk about some of the things that ReCore fans of the original can look forward to that haven't changed, perhaps, or that maybe have just gotten that nice little polish and love.
So yeah, you know, the combat tuning has been changed a little bit, but it's still the core mechanics is all there. The mechanic for the combats is still there, except we tuned a little bit of the combat with the core pulling. So the core extraction got a little tuning, got a little bit more like finesse to it now, and a little bit more clarity exactly what you need to do.
Well, we have brand new content as well. Like, we have a whole new level really in the game. So the tank core bot you just saw. So the world of Far Eden is very big.
Yes.
If you played the original, so massive areas that you want to explore, and the core, the tank core bot actually allows you to travel really fast and do that much quicker as well. And then we have the Eye of Obsidian kind of like level as well, and that's
talk to me about that.
Hours of new gameplay. So new dungeons, new areas to explore. And discover more about the world of Far Eden as well, and get closer and closer to the core bots. We love the core bots. I think all the fans love the core bots.
I was going to say, speaking of the characters, I mean, fans, it's worth noting, they just love the characters. Can you tell me a little bit about what makes them so endearing and how they factor into this Definitive Edition?
Well, they all have their own personality, of course. Like, my personal one is Mac, of course. Mac is the dog core bots. His own personality. Seth, the spider bots. We have Duncan, of course, the brawler, who's like a fantastic character. And now we have the tank unit, too. It's just fantastic, and it's like every core bot serves its own purpose as well. And it's just like what Dennis was just mentioning. It's just like combining all these traits and kind of like these abilities. We are adding a lot more puzzles and all that to the gameplay too. So it makes it so much more interesting for like existing fans, but also for fans that are completely new to the franchise. Because we're launching it at a value price too. It's going to be $20.
What? Okay, so actually, let's talk favorites. Favorite world. What can you tell me?
Favorite worlds, or in regards to areas?
Yeah.
I don't know, Dennis. What is your favorite world? Like, is it?
Well, you know, I love the way we actually added the new darkened environment in the Eye of Obsidian, and we'll see this shortly.
Yeah.
This area, that's the skybox for it's gorgeous. And it adds a whole new dimension and a lot more a new visual feel to the game, because the previous game you explored a lot of the kind of the sandy like wastelands.
Sure, exactly.
And so this one, you're still kind of out there, but it just feels a little different now in the Obsidian area.
So I got to imagine you guys listen to some fan feedback, and how does that factor into developing this Definitive Edition and you know, creating even more in the ReCore world?
I think it was very important, actually. We want to be close to the fans as well. We know we have an active fan base for ReCore. We love it internally too, so that's why we put in a lot of effort to bring this version out. But like some of the things, like the base game, we have changed. We added a lot of new content, of course, but we also listened to the feedback from fans and improved a lot of things, including the load times, for example. We completely optimized them, and much faster loading. The enhanced graphics, like to really, truly bring the world to life, I think is really key too. So having that on Xbox One X is going to be fantastic.
Well, and it sounds like, based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like you just turned up the epic factor to 11. And we are on a save screen right now, load screen. Here we go. Now talk us through here, Dennis. What are we going for?
So this is the Starving Sea area. This is kind of the overworld of of the new Obsidian content area. And so I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But as you can see, we have a whole new overworld area to explore. So people familiar with the game can now basically explore much faster, first of all, with the tank, because you can go and zoom around. There's a lot more new enemy types as well, and as well as unlocking 3 new weapon types. We have like a triple shot. We have a good old Ken Lob throwback, the lob shot. Gotta love that. And we got a chrome killer shot. So again, beyond just the color matching aspect, there's also now a weapon matching aspect too. So yeah, we've just added so much more to this game that that everyone just on the team just thought, we can just add a little bit more stuff. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? And it just kept going more and more. And every time someone said, can we add some more? We went back to the leadership team like, can we just do a little bit more? And they're like, yeah,
okay.
this is for the fans. You can do it.
Okay, so speaking of the fans, while you rack up these XP, speaking of the fans, you guys have been on the floor here at Gamescom, and you've been showcasing this Definitive Edition. What has been the overall reaction? Like, what do you see and what are you hearing?
I think it was very well received.
Yeah.
Like, we're still talking to the fans today as well, and for the next few days during Gamescom.
Yeah.
But all up, I think people are really liking what we're doing. I think it's well received. And I think we have a lot to show, honestly, as well. I think this game is just like so near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah.
That there's so much great gameplay in there that reminds us of like older days as well. It's like classic gameplay, like all the combos and all that. It's just a fantastic game, and we just hope by releasing the Definitive Edition that more people can actually experience this game as well.
And on top of that, it is an Xbox Play Anywhere title, correct?
Exactly.
It's this
Yep.
Definitive Edition will be
Yep.
as well, which
And
means if you got a Windows 10 PC or you've got your Xbox line of Xboxes, you have got it made in the shade for ReCore.
Yeah, exactly. And we're also bringing the title to Game Pass as well, early September. So,
Well, howdy doody. That's fantastic. Dennis, what are we working with here?
So this is kind of one of this is an enemy type we've seen before, but there's some new aspects. I kind of wanted to demo my poor gaming skills, but also just show. I know one of the feedback was kind of load time when people died.
That was
so people
fast.
can see that. I mean, there is we basically optimize it so there is no load. So that was just my cover for dying on screen. But yeah, so.
But it's also good to know. It is absolutely good to know.
But we definitely wanted to bring out a lot of gameplay for the tank core bot. So beyond just kind of driving around, we have additional ringers and jump pads and boost pads that is specific to the way the core bot. Tank core bot plays. So there is a lot of gameplay, and you can and also go back to the previous areas and explore using the tank core bot that you weren't previously able to go before.
So let's ask this question. Now, a lot of our viewers are obviously hardcore gamers, but this seems like the kind of game that is pretty universal. Can you tell me how do you talk to the people about this game that maybe aren't first-person shooter game, aren't into RTS, that aren't into some of these, harder core gaming franchises?
well, I would actually say that there's a lot of game, like in regards to just like we have a great tutorial, like just guiding you through the experience.
Yeah.
Like we like to say that this game is definitely like, hey, it looks very easy on the surface, but then if you become more skilled and like it's a gradual process throughout the game, you will enjoy like a lot more of the experience too. Like it's a step-by-step approach.
Is it a little bit like the kind of, how do you describe it's easy to pick up and hard to master? Is it that
exactly.
kind of situation?
Exactly like that. And I think that's when you actually, after like you ramp up, like I think it's very accessible, by the way. The game is very accessible. It's easy to pick up. Like the first hour of the game is relatively straightforward for everyone who's not even familiar with games. Pick it up, play. We have a great character, of course, in Jewel. She's a great character together with the core bots. But then the depth actually starts opening up too. Like the more you explore from the world, the more core bots you bring to your party, the more complex it gets.
Yeah.
But it all feels very natural, and it's all about puzzle solving, and there's just a lot in there.
So something I've always wanted to know, which is you've got Jewel here. She is the cornerstone. She's the main character here. What's it like to have this, lack of a better term, badass female character at the helm? And we're seeing a lot of them now across various, both console and PC. Can you talk to me a little bit about the decision to have this character be a lady, or showcasing the kind of character she is?
Dennis, do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, not wanting to give too much of the story away for people who haven't played this before, but I think it's to me, it's great having a female protagonist who, who's stranded on this planet, and she doesn't need anyone to come help her. She's not a damsel in distress. She is capable. Things go wrong. She's the one to fix it. She's the one to figure things out. And to some extent, it's almost the opposite. The only other person you kind of find is kind of a prince in distress, where you're the one going out and saving the day because he can't. So I just think it's just great, and we honestly, as an industry, I think we need more games like these and have more female protagonists out there. So I think it also sends a really strong message to all the female gamers out there. I have a daughter. She loves to play. She's 7 years old, but she loves to play games.
Yeah.
And she's always asking me like, "Hey, where are the girls? Like where's the girl characters?" And it's like, "Hey, ReCore,
And you did.
We made a game for you."
Exactly.
And it shows. Okay. Sorry, it's super loud in here because we're right on the Gamescom floor, which is awesome because you're hearing a lot of Xbox, their platform over there is just going nuts. But let's talk where people can get their hands on it, where they can follow you guys. Give me the deets.
Hands-on at Gamescom.
Yeah.
The game is going to be available next week. So, it's a free download for people who are already playing ReCore. So it's going to be available day and dates. It's going to be on August 28th.
Okay. But if you haven't gotten it already, there's a nice little discount there.
It's going to be $19.99. That's US dollars.
That's
It's
nice.
$19.99 in European euros.
Yeah.
And then we have it's $14.99 in pounds as well.
Excellent. And that'll be, of course, in the Windows 10 gaming shop, as well as, of course, the Xbox store.
Yeah, exactly. Or at your favorite retailer.
Or at your favorite retailer, and that's brilliant. Now, I guess we'll end this here by telling me a little bit more, Dennis. End us out. Give us an explanation of what you're doing, where you're going, how things are going.
This is just one of the fun little levels. The designer's like, hey, you know what? We should do a little obstacle course. We have a tank. We have an outdoor area. Let's just make a little obstacle course for people to charge through.
Yeah.
So this is just one of many additional gameplay contents that we added to the core tank bot.
Excellent.
I just lost it.
It's so hard to take your eyes off of this game because it's just immersive and beautiful. Even in the darkness, this well done. Let's see. I want to see if
this.
this.
Of course, HDR as well.
Aha!
Yep.
Very important to remember,
So
of course.
Xbox One enhanced and HDR.
New weapon modes for Jewel. Let's see. What other stuff will we recap?
New levels.
New levels.
New levels. 10,
Eye of Obsidian.
10 brand new dungeons. We totally optimized and retuned some of the end level. Again, based on our community feedback, we went in and completely retuned the E-Tower in terms of the required core, the core count, and as well as just some of the difficulty ramps.
Cool. Guys, thank you so much for taking time. I know you're super busy showing people more ReCore Definitive Edition.
We will.
So we appreciate your time here in the
Thank you.
circle. Thank you so much.
Bye.
See you guys. And back to you out there in the field.